do posts a 26.2% rise in Q2 net profit, and Eurozone business activity plunged in July. You're watching the Daily Brief with Forbes. I'm Ramia Faraj. UAE Telco do posted a 26.2% rise in Q2 net profit to $82.48 million, while revenue rose 9.9% to $855 million. Do expanded its customer base to more than 7 million subscribers and generated $53.36 million in handset sales. Earnings were also driven by fixed services, which generated revenues of $232.82 million, up by 24.4%. Overall, service revenues jumped by 14% to $620 million. Nearly $3 billion worth of properties, including multi-million-dollar villas and apartments, were bought by investors in Dubai in 1 week. Dubai Land Department data reveals at least 2,509 transactions for plots and residential units valued at $2.96 billion. They were registered during the week ending today. Meanwhile, investors continue to pour into Abu Dhabi real estate this year, with more than $6.1 billion of properties sold in the first half of 2022. Official data shows Abu Dhabi saw 7,474 transactions for land, buildings, and other properties that were sold and mortgaged to buyers in H1. The top locations for buyers during the period were Yas Island, followed by Al Sadiyat Island. Morocco's consumer price index rose by 7.2% year-on-year in June. Official data shows food prices rose by 10.6%, while non-food inflation increased by 4.9%. On a month-on-month basis, the index rose by 0.5%. Core CPI, which excludes goods subject to price volatility, increased 6.4% year-on-year and 0.8% month-on-month. Eurozone business activity plunged in July, with manufacturing and new orders falling for the first time since COVID lockdowns in early 2021. S&P's Eurozone Purchasing Managers Index dropped from 52 in June to 49.4 in July, below the 50-point level that indicates growth. Concerns over weak demand were exacerbated by energy costs, supply issues, and inflation, pushing business expectations lower and causing a steep drop in input buying and a pullback in hiring. Russia's central bank has cut its key interest rate for a fourth time this year by a sharper than expected 1.5 points to 8%, and it says it will study the need for further cuts. Inflation is slowing in Russia, and the economy needs cheaper lending as it dips into recession. At the beginning of the war, Russia hiked its key rate to 20% from 9.5% to reverse a plunge in the value of the ruble. It will consider a rate reduction in the second half of this year. And Barcelona has sold a further 15% of its La Liga television rights to U.S. investment group 6th Street for the next 25 years. The Catalan Giants had already sold 10% of their league TV rights to the same group last week for $215 million. The club didn't say how much they'd been paid for the extra 15%, but Spanish press reports put the amount at around $406.68 million. I'm Ramia Faraj. This is the Daily Brief. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.